KOZ World Headquarters. Flying the red, white, and blue, getting ready for the 250th birthday party for this little old place we call America. But hey, welcome. This is your KOZ Raw for this week. I'm TJ Graney, your host for this episode of KOZ Raw. And so this whole month, or this month, leading up to this month, during this month, we've been talking about fatherlessness and fathers. And one of the things that the conceptions that happens to us in KOZ is people think we're just a fatherless ministry. We're just for the fatherless boys in this world. And that's not true, as you know, if you're a KOZ leader. It's one of the things that we have to remind people is, no, fathers and sons can come. And I usually want to make sure the fatherless boy knows he's invited in, but I also want to do a shout out to the father sons of this, of KOZ, and who might see this. Fathers and sons coming to KOZ are so critically important. They can be a key element to the healing of a boy who is unfathered, who doesn't have a dad at home. And there's a lot of different reasons why. One of them is when a boy who doesn't have a dad is at KOZ and he's watching a father-son together, and they 1 minute dad's saying, "Bobby, get over here, quit acting," and the next minute he's got his arm around him and he's loving on his son, and they're just listening, doing the time together around the campfire or at lunch. The boy begins to see how the dynamic between a father and son should be. And hopefully, if you're a father-son happening at a KOZ, you're giving those boys that don't have a dad an example of how to father, what a father looks like, because that's going to be an example to them what a heavenly father, when we start introducing to them a heavenly father, the Father in heaven, that we can start to peel off the layers of the broken association to fathering and father that they have. Oh, father, yeah, that guy, middle finger him. He's just the guy who says, I'm going to be there and doesn't show up, never came around, never gave my mom any money, all the brokenness that comes with that. But a little boy watching a father and son together may begin to see that, no, a father can be somebody who is there, who is present. Those things I long for in my heart are real and can be real. Another thing about fathers and sons doing KOZ is, man, what are the opportunities for a father and son to do that level, KOZ level of ministry together? The chances of them doing ministry together in any way that is important and transformative as KOZ is. Man, you do something like that and you can talk to your son, well, yeah, I guess Johnny doesn't have a dad. How does that make you feel, son? Or whatever the conversation might be behind a father and a son doing ministry together, especially at KOZ. Another piece to the father-son element to KOZ can be that the father is the number one most underutilized mentor. And if you have a son and you're bringing him to KOZ, why don't you ask him who his buddies are that need to come to KOZ? Maybe he's got a couple of buddies who don't have dads that need some KOZ, that need to be around good men. I know if you've got a son and he's participating in anything with other kids, he has some boys around him that don't have a dad. And that's a great way to bring in some of those boys. And you become a father figure to the boys on the block, the boys in his school, the boys on his team that don't have a dad. You get to do these really incredible things with this boy, and he begins to associate you and look to you for, and maybe you'll be blessed with the questions that a unfathered boy may have, like, why doesn't my dad come see me? How do I uh, how do I navigate not knowing who my dad is? I'm so mad, or whatever they are. You can step into that role, and you are statistically the most underutilized. Fathers, dads got their own kids, they got their own busyness, they got all that. But man, we say, who's the Kool-Aid mom on the block? What about the Kool-Aid dad? Or the Remington, Daisy Red Ryder, Buck Knife, Zebco dad on the block? That's the guy I want to hang out with, and that's the one I longed for when I was a kid. Man, I know so many KOZ guys that the boys on their block are their KOZ boys. They just rally them up on that Saturday, and when they're not doing Saturday, they're still hanging out with them. They got them at their house. They're re-roofing the house and teaching them how to carry shingles, or teach them how to dig post holes. Man, that's some good cheap labor right there. And something the boys long to know how to do those things, and you can teach them that stuff as the dad in the neighborhood. So those are some things that I'd highly recommend you make sure that your church and the people around know that you're not just a fatherless ministry, but that fathers and sons are welcome. What you don't want to do is become the father-son ministry in the church, where you're just picking that low-hanging fruit of just the fathers and sons that are already coming to church. The boys are already going to Sunday school. They already have a dad. You don't want to be that KOZ group. You want to get some boys from the neighborhood coming in, because that father-son, low-hanging fruit thing is just, man, that's not KOZ. That's not who we are. Man, our objective, our goal is to go get those boys in the neighborhood. Go get those unfathered boys that your sons know, and get them to come along and be a part of the things that you're doing, so you can speak into their life, so you can truly be transformative in the community and in the neighborhood around the boys that need you most. Man, I can assure you there's boys in your neighborhood right now, boys that are sitting on the corner of their bed just going, man, is that all there is? Is this all there is? And they're playing video games, and they have no idea what to do besides that, because it's just an easy fallback, an easy fall to. So make sure that your church and your community doesn't fall into the idea that you're just a fatherless thing. The father figure in this world is so, and yeah, we do cherish that. We do honor that. There's so many churches that do father-son things, and you hear me say, please don't say that. Please don't say that. But I don't say that because I don't honor a father. Man, being a father's been one of the biggest joys of my whole life, has been a father, and now a grandfather. One of the biggest joys of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever felt, and that I took super serious. Being a dad's an important thing. It is the thing. If you're a dad, there's nothing. There's God, marriage, and fathering, man. So I don't want anybody to think that we don't honor the fathers and sons, because we do honor the father. But let's bring some unfathered boys into this story, so they understand that the Heavenly Father is not the one that's going to bail on you. Heavenly Father's more like the dads at your KOZ that show up, that bring their boys, that laugh and love on and put their arm around and speak over and speak to. their sons and what that looks like, so that unfathered boy has an idea of what father looks like. So, hey, if this video, please like and subscribe, share this video with your buddies, your other KOZ leaders, or anybody you think it might help. Don't forget to go to the website, go to the store and check on the store. Don't forget the HTL calls. We do one a month, and man, we have some great conversations there about how to grow your KOZ group, how to do better in your KOZ group, what to do to grow your KOZ group. And this is the month of Father's Day. So we're going to be talking fathering, the father, the unfathered, all that kind of stuff. It's just KOZ, man. KOZ at its finest. All right, that's it for this week. Regulators, mount up.